Say the pledge of allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mayor's report. Note for the council, our next meeting in September will be on a Tuesday as opposed to Monday because that's Labor Day. So it will be September 3rd. Please note that on your calendars. Another date to remember is 2 months from today is Hillman's Fest. So lots of things. I'm sure Ed doesn't have his costume ready quite yet, but I'm sure he will. And but anyway, so encouraging all of our citizens to please take part in the fun and wear a costume. And if you need help figuring that out, just ask some people in your neighbors or some business people downtown. Ask David. Because that's part of the fun, is everybody loves to come to town and see everybody dressed up. We have a special welcome on Thursday night of this week at 5:30 at First Bank, Kansas. This is a welcome to Bethany College faculty and staff. It's being hosted at First Bank, and I would invite all of our city council members that could. It's at 5:30, it doesn't last very long, but come to meet some of the Bethany faculty and staff. They will all be there, and I think it's going to be a nice time. It's this Thursday, which is the 22nd.
Yes.
22nd at First Bank. Just come in, and you will get to meet the new acting president at Bethany College, Dr. Beth Mount, and as well as new faculty members and staff members. So it gives us a good time, good opportunity for us to welcome Bethany College as they begin their academic year. That's all that I have. Anybody else have anything you want to do this now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, interim president. I didn't mention that. This one isn't done. All right. If I could ask Officer Derek Bartlett and Officer Horace Aldrete, did I pronounce that correct?
Pretty close.
We'll say it out loud because I like language.
It's Aldrete.
Aldrete.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Please come forward. I'm going to read a citation here, and then I know we're going to do pictures. So
Let's go around up here.
Okay. Are you giving us citations?
his name is here, so I guess that's part of the deal. Okay, whatever. All right. On Sunday, July 28, 2019, just after midnight, Officer Derek Bartlett and Officer Horace Aldrete, thank you, were dispatched to a house fire on North Chestnut. They found a patch of grass outside the house on fire, and it had spread to the house, and the side of the house was on fire. Officer Aldrete went into the smoke-filled home and rounded up 6 young children that were asleep inside and escorted them out of the house. Officer Bartlett then went back in and was able to retrieve the family dog and remove it from the house. Officer Aldrete then grabbed a fire extinguisher from the patrol car and was able to put the majority of the fire out. The fire department arrived and soaked the burnt area and placed positive pressure fans in the home to draw the smoke out of the house. There was significant damage to the side of the house. It is my belief that these children were in danger, and if they had not been removed from the smoke-filled home by Officer Aldrete and Officer Bartlett, the children could have been seriously injured or even died from inhaling the smoke, and they should be commended for their swift, life-saving action. On behalf of Lindsborg and our police department, thank you very much. Congratulations. We are so proud of the work that you guys did. Take it this way. Okay.
You can see the two for combat pay. Who are with these people, Chief? They're better halves.
Yeah.
Do you mind introducing them?
This is my wife, Christina.
It's my wife, Megan, our 9-week-old son, Lucas, and our daughter, 4-year-old, Harper, and mother, Deuce.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. Okay. Consent agenda, do you want to hear a motion to approve? Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda. Thank you, guys. so much.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Sure.
I have a question. Seriously, we were joking about it, but we have quite a big expense here, Larry, for beer. And just for my own information, I mean, we're providing this beer for some entertainment or something, and we're getting something back by renting the hall or something like that. Is this a correct assumption?
We're selling beer out at the golf course.
But even there, we get something back because they buy it, right?
Right, they're purchasing it. It's not
so
given to
that's
them.
somewhere that comes back in as a plus.
Yes.
Okay. It just seems like an unusual amount when I go over them, and I do go over them. So, you sure you're not doing it yourself? Or?
I don't touch the stuff, so.
Okay, well, there we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Ralphie?
Rick,
Yes.
Jody, yes, Corey,
Yes.
Blaine,
Yes.
Ed,
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Motion carries. We have 2 appointments. The Lindsborg Housing Authority, which some people know as Villa Row, has a position open, and Mike Lynham has agreed to serve on that group. Do we both of these together?
You can either
Okay. And the other appointment is on the Sister City Committee. There is one of the members of that has always been a member of Bethany College. And this time, Kristen Van Tassel, who was a faculty member at Bethany, has agreed to be on the Sister City Committee. So I would like to offer both of these names for council approval, appointing them to their various places. So do I hear a motion to approve appointments?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and approved, moved and seconded to appoint Mike Lynham and Kristen Van Tassel. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. And the various department people will let them know. Yes.
Do we need to approve Margaret's chair?
That's a committee decision.
This says pending your appointment.
Officially, according to the code, the chairs are a committee decision and not a council decision.
Okay. Gary, you planning on signing anything?
No report.
Okay, you have a meeting tomorrow night?
No, it was postponed till next week.
Okay. And what is the agenda for that?
2 items, the election of officers. which is housekeeping, of course. And second item is first discussion of farm and art markets in the parks.
Okay, all right, thank you. Is there any old business?
Yeah.
Hearing none. New business. Resolution number 0419.
It's a mayoral prerogative.
Okay, apologies. Okay, if you saw this in your packet, in 2016, City Council adopted resolution number 14-16, affirming its support, our city's support, of diversity and inclusiveness. In light of the recent hate-motivated shootings, the adoption of this would affirm the City Council and community values of diversity and inclusiveness for all people. And the resolution reads thus. Whereas Lindsborg is a community of caring people who have created a healthy, safe, and secure place for people of all geographic, ethnic, economic, religious, and lifestyle backgrounds to live, learn, work, raise their children, and age with dignity. And whereas fundamentally, tolerance is a personal decision that comes from an attitude that is learnable and embraceable, a belief that every person in earth is a treasure, vital to the health and prosperity of all. And whereas one of the core values of the City of Lindsborg is to treat all persons with respect and dignity. And whereas Lindsborg is a community promoting tolerance and inclusion while focusing on how we interact with our families, our neighbors, our visitors, our guests, and our co-workers by respecting them and ourselves. And whereas the City of Lindsborg values all of its citizens and recognizes that many ethnicities have contributed to the strength of character of the citizens of Lindsborg. And whereas the City of Lindsborg recognizes the strength in diversity and inclusiveness of its citizenry. And whereas we, the people of Lindsborg, in keeping with the principle of equal civil rights for all, unequivocally oppose any manifestation of hatred and prejudice towards any group or individual in our community. Now therefore be it resolved that the City of Lindsborg and its representatives should not condone or tolerate any form of discrimination on the basis of race, color, religious, creed, age, familial status, national origin, sexual orientation, gender, gender identity or expression, physical or mental disability or veteran status, and therefore be it further resolved that we stand together with all people of good faith in our community and acknowledge we have the power to change our attitude, to overcome our ignorance and fears, and to influence our children, our peers, and our neighborhoods, and that we manifest these values with action. Adopted and passed by the governing body of the City of Lindsborg this 19th day of August 2019. Do I hear a motion to approve this?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve Resolution 0419. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion does carry. I will sign it. Greg, small cell apartments.
One revision in the small cell design guidelines policy. This was adopted in April of 2019. One of the items within the policy at the time it was adopted was to have a flat rate for all small cell sites. And visiting with electric rate consultant and looking at what other communities and utilities do, it became apparent based upon technology, the amount of traffic that will go through a small cell site, that some sites could be undercharged and other sites could be overcharged based upon using a flat rate. It opened up the electric utility to disputes over what is rightfully owed on each site. So it was felt to best modify the policy so that if we have a site that requires electric, then a meter would be in place so that we could then meter each individual cell site. So the only change is on page 8, where it says electric meter. When a meter is necessary, site operator shall use the smallest and least intrusive electric meter available. Prior to that, it did not require an electric meter.
So you are wanting to approve this small cell design guideline as revised,
Correct.
all right? Do I hear a motion to approve this revision, or to approve the whole
Policy is revised.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, discussion. Questions here? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor of this motion, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion does carry. Tim?
I have a property located here in Lindsborg that we've sent letters to and asked if you would clean up. It's someone we've dealt with before. The property is located at 301 South 2nd Street. Although he has come into compliance on some of the items, I know the vehicle has been taken care of. There's still some items that are not taken care of. We request resolution 519-0519 to be approved so that we can ensure that the rest of the items on the property be cleaned up.
I move we support this motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion.
I drove by there, it seems like some progress has been made. Not enough, I would agree with that.
The majority of the issues are in the driveway area.
Right.
Okay, somebody told me that the RV that's parked there, because it has a tarp over it, that that's okay? Is
There's
that
been
okay?
an opinion that if a vehicle is covered with a tarp, that it will meet requirements of the code.
That meets the requirements of the code, so that can just sit there like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Nothing,
That was a,
it's not hiding it's an RV.
that was an opinion that was given to me by an attorney.
Okay. Has anybody been by to look at that?
I did.
Yeah, drove by, it was a little dark, but I got a little bit of peek.
So can
Well, again, the alley part looked better than, but the front.
I agree.
anything be tarped and it falls in line with?
This was dealing strictly with abandoned vehicles or vehicles. A lot of it had to do with people who purchase vehicles and restore them. They look like abandoned vehicles, so that's the target became the need.
Gotcha.
How long ago was that passed?
That decision came from Jim Hardy.
Ooh, long time.
So, in your opinion, is this something that maybe we need to revisit?
I think it might be something to look at, perhaps, in making sure that when you're dealing with the tarp, that it be designed to cover that particular type of vehicle, instead of just a plastic tarp that you throw over something and throw some rocks down, it's going to keep it down. But again, that's,
So there's really, this was just the attorney's opinion, not necessarily anything ordinance, in law, in regulation. It was just an opinion that it's covered, and
Yeah, that's correct. I think you're absolutely correct. This property that we're talking about today, we're not talking about, he doesn't have any that need tarp. The one that we were talking about has been removed. The other vehicle that he has on the property is currently titled and tagged. Appears to, it looks like it may run, so it's not in violation.
Has this man lived at this house a long time?
Sorry.
Yes, he's lived there many years.
Any other questions or comments?
I guess just quickly, the resolutions that matter, there are some items listed that, or did you say that there are some items listed that have already been taken care of?
Yeah, the 92 Ford pickup has been removed from the property.
Does that make any difference when we approve this resolution?
No, I mean, if you approve it, it will just have already been abated by the owner and not by the city.
So all the rest of these things need to be abated by September 16th.
Correct.
All right. Anybody else have any comments?
I don't see the trailer listed on the items. Is that necessary?
I could address that.
Yeah.
The trailer was not listed. It was not identified in either one of the letters that went to the property owner, so therefore it's not listed in the resolution, and we are not looking to abate that issue right now because of the city attorney opinion at the time.
Okay, I just want to make sure that
Yeah.
the notification, he would need that, so, okay.
I guess just to confirm that this resolution is consistent with similar resolutions for properties that have gotten into this.
Yes, I mean, we've had, when I say identical, where you've had a junked vehicle violation, which is part of the environmental code with other environmental nuisances in one resolution. That's why you have it broken out into two sections.
In the opinion, the trailer would not be in violation, but the items in the trailer would, so those would be items we can remove, correct?
And when you're talking trailer, you're talking RV,
No,
there's a trailer,
just
a trailer,
like a utility trailer.
not a living kind of
Correct.
trailer.
The debris stored on trailers.
Yeah. Okay. Any other comments or questions? All those in favor of resolution 0519, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Resolution 0519 is carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rural Fire Department number 8 agreement.
We review this agreement every year. Basically, it's just a 3% increase in the fee the city provides for services and vehicle storage. It's already been to the Rural Fire Board, and they have approved it, so it's just a matter of asking your approval tonight.
Okay. Okay, you're wanting a motion to approve this agreement. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve the rural fire department, number 8 agreement.
Second?
Second.
All right, moved and seconded. Any questions? Discussion? And the reason that it went up $200, whatever, $300, whatever it was?
It's just a 3% increase.
3%, all right. All right. All those in favor of, do I have to do that? I mean, do we have to?
You can do voice.
Okay. All those in favor of motion to approve the 2020 agreement between the City of Lindsborg and Rural Fire District number 8, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion does carry. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you.
Roofing bids.
Good evening.
Good evening.
After the June 23rd hailstorms, the insurance adjuster came out and totaled 7 of our roofs. They are the Lucia restroom, the band shell, a well house on Kansas, concession stand on Kansas, and then the restroom storage and shelter in Swenson Park. And as you can see there, got 3 different bids. Alan Weiss Contracting was the low bidder for 5 of the roofs, and he's based here in Lindsborg. So he's within 10% of the low bid on a 6th roof. And Pool Construction was the low bid on the Lucia restroom, and it's using a 50-year architectural shingle, which was part of our specification for the Lucia restroom only. Insurance has written a check for $15,352.09. I have gone back to see if we might see something a little bit different on the Lucia restroom, actually. Yeah, because we're a little bit off there, but otherwise very much in line with our estimates and insurance. So that was $6,401.82 to be paid out of pocket by the city, and so that's what I'm here to ask for.
You're here to ask for what?
Well, to approve the whole package of work and to approve spending $6,401.82.
Okay. All right, do I hear a motion to approve 6,000, I can't find the number here.
I move that we approve.
Before you finish that, may I interject? Since we've received the money from the insurance company, we will need to encumber the whole amount, even though our cost difference will be $6,400. Yes, we will need $6,401.82. We will need to encumber the full amount.
21,000.
Yes.
Well, I move that we encumber the full amount of $21,754 to be paid for the roofing expenses to be paid for by the city. Is that right?
And to who are you paying? You need to name 2 companies.
And I can provide this to you, Councilor, if you'd like. I've got a recommended motion there.
And I'm looking at it.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Motion toward the Lucia roof to, Pool, did you say? Construction and roofing for $3,503.91, and the remaining 6 roofs to Allen Weiss Contracting for $18,250.
Second.
So help me God.
Again, moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
Maybe explain the difference between the insurance estimates and the claims and the amount that we're actually comparing to what we're actually paying.
Well, let me ask Larry a quick question. Remind me, do we have recoverable depreciation on our policy on the roofs?
I believe there is, so there could be some more money coming.
So we will be able to go back to the insurance company and with the bids and the cost of construction, and we will be able to recover part of that depreciation that is not paid at this time until the work is done.
I assume that was the difference between the estimate and claim.
Yes.
Almost that's on the Lucia restroom, it looks like. What's that difference?
The difference over in that far right claim is the difference between the insurance estimate and claim rather than between any of the construction bids and the insurance.
Any further questions?
How much, just for my own edification,
how much does the insurance policy state that they will pay? In other words, the deductible, is that 40%, 30%?
I think it's $2,500 for the deductible per claim.
Per what?
It's for the claim, so this should be one claim total.
Okay. It's tricky. Thank you.
All right, you ready to vote? Roxy? David?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Blaine?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Joey? Yes. Rick?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, motion carries. Thank you, Lucas. All right, next item is League of Kansas Municipalities voting delegates.
At the annual league conference, we, according to the league bylaws, are eligible to have 2 voting delegates and 2 alternate delegates at the annual meeting. The eligible attendees at this time to serve in these capacities would be Mayor Anderson, Council President Martin, City Clerk Roxy Sugar, and myself. And so we're able to have 2 delegates, 2 voting delegates. The recommended motion is to approve Mayor Becky Anderson and Council President Rick Martin as voting delegates and Roxy Sugar and Greg Dumars as voting delegates to the League of Kansas Municipalities 2019 Annual Business Meeting. So,
Is there a second? Second. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, Rick? I don't think there's any executive session.
no, there's
Okay.
not.
Are there any others?
Yes. One of the things that's been that I know I've had in discussions, and I know some of you have been approached about the speed with the construction of and extension of the Valcone Trail, the speed of traffic on Wells Fargo, particularly with the crossing of the trail of Wells Fargo. I received a letter from Richard Kurtz saying, I have discussed with you previously and you advised that I write a letter to write my concern formally. By this note, I coincide, this is official notification. My issue involves the location of the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit sign on East Swenson, Wells Fargo Road, just east of the Pizza Hut. As traffic view this sign, they accelerate just as they come to the walking, bicycling crossover from the new trail that crosses Wells Fargo Road. Many, if not all, are already up to the speed by this crossover. As sure as I sit here writing this letter, I can already see an issue here with this speed. What I propose is a quite simple solution. First, to relocate the 55-mile-an-hour sign to a location east of the trail crossover and install a small photo-sensing light over or near this crossover would be well advised, as well as because evening riders, walkers will become serious issues. Respectfully, Richard Kurtz. Have encouraged others to write letters to you as City Council. You don't have the authority to change the speed limit on Wells Fargo because it's a county road, but I encourage to write to City Council so that letters can be presented to County Public Works and also to the County Commission requesting a speed limit change there because they have the authority to do that in that area.
Do we not have the authority to change it within the city limits? Doesn't the city limits go out as far as Emerald Lake?
No, it does not. Well, not on that road.
Not on that road.
So at Pizza Hut, the backside of the Pizza Hut property, That is the city limit to just on the north side of Wells Fargo. When you see that sign that says county maintenance begins, just at that property line, that is when county road takes over.
Thank you.
Yes.
So have you heard from anybody? Yes, I would encourage you to talk to your friends and neighbors and say, he's right. It doesn't have to be a long, drawn-out thing, but as a presentation to be made to county commission, they want to know what our citizens are thinking.
The one I talked to didn't have it in
Did what?
The one I talked to did not have it in
Oh, okay. Any others?
I might suggest, if you would like to attend the conference, please let us know.
Please go ahead, Chair.
Yeah, you don't have to be a voting delegate now.
I have a very short other, and that is, Chief, I'd like to thank you for all these pictures of the properties like we talked about. It makes it so much easier for us to make a decision about that kind of thing, so thank you for that.
Thank you.
Just one quick question, update, I guess, or a reminder, where are we at on the studies that we're doing on the rec center?
We're supposed to have a draft of the study on Friday, the 23rd.
Just a reminder about the meeting on Thursday night, the reception for Bethany faculty and staff, First Bank campus, free. You don't have to make a reservation, just come and welcome Bethany faculty and staff.
Related, is that ad hoc related or who's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Not in there for a couple weeks.
Okay, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
And we are. Thank you. Yes.
I'm sitting here.